Into the final stretch in the race for the playoffs in the Mitre Cup, and Eden Park is the stage for a match that will have a big bearing on the top four of the Premiership division. It's Auckland against Tasman, second against fifth, in a qualifying picture that is still wide open. Auckland have hit a bit of a purple patch, 3 wins on the trot to move up to second. The Marcos hanging in there, having toughed out a win over Counties a week ago. They've restored some of their strength. Skipper Shane Christie back on deck after missing the game in Blenheim. All Black prop Kane Hames is also back as far as the bench. That's the good news. The not so good news is that they won't have centre Kieran Fonotia to guard the threat of Rico Ioane. He's out injured. Alex Nankivell gets the job in the 13 jersey. Shannon Frizzell is the man to drop back to the bench from last week's starting lineup. Well, Richard Turner is with me. Pod, Tasman up against an Auckland team that are on a pretty good roll right now.
They most certainly are. It was here when they got right back on track last week against Otago. It was an impressive performance, and I think a big key to that was the reintroduction at prop of Sam Prattley. Seemed to bring some solidity to this Auckland forward pack, and that gave them a foundation to just go crazy. And as you'd expect, after that last performance, not too many changes. The only change to this Auckland starting lineup brought about by injury to Taleni Su, who damaged his shoulder in the Otago game, so that's seen a little bit of a reshuffle there. Liaki Molly drops out of the second row to the 6th jersey. Michael Fatialopa re-enters the starting lineman, and as you'd expect for a backline that is this exciting, no changes whatsoever, and they are getting scarily consistent, this Auckland backline. Plenty of firepower off the bench too, Tony.
Well, as you can see, the weather is going to play a part tonight. Let's get some detail on that from our man sideline, Sevens legend Carl Tinana.
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen. Well, you can see it is absolutely atrocious. This rain started about 15 minutes before kickoff. There is a breeze going left to right as well, so I'm expecting a lot of kicking and a lot of forward play, boys.
Well, Tasman have a pretty good record against Premiership teams this year. They've beaten Waikato, Taranaki, Hawke's Bay and Counties Manukau, but they've all been tough, tight games. They haven't been getting the bonus points, even though they've been winning, and that is probably the difference between them sitting outside the top 4 and sitting inside it. They've got games against North Harbour and Southland to follow, so a loss tonight wouldn't be terminal, but a win would be massive for their chances, not to mention historic. They have yet to win a game here at Eden Park. Closest they've come, a draw back in 2014, a 16-all draw, but they've never won here. It would mean a lot for them if they could do that tonight. Alex Nankivell, just a young player, but he has the job of marking one of the form players in the Mitre Cup. Up against Rico Ioane. They'll miss the experience of Kieran Fonotia, but this is a young man they have high regard for. Auckland, well, they've certainly run into some high-scoring form. They were all over Otago last week, and they start a warm favourite here tonight. A win would, well, all but guarantee a semi-final spot. A loss, though, would leave them possibly needing to beat Taranaki in their last game in New Plymouth, a scenario they would want to avoid. They beat Tasman in a high-scoring semi-final last year, so they've got good form against their opposition tonight. The numbers for the Ioane brothers, quite sensational. Top 2 in most attacking stats. Rico has 8 tries, and he leads most of the attacking stats, but not far behind him, his brother Akira. And it was Akira who really stood out with a colossal effort the last time these two teams met in the semi-final last year. Well, ball boy tonight, he's a special fellow too. Noah Duffin, 8 years of age. He plays for the Waitemata Rugby Club at his school, Orotia. They didn't have any rugby for the younger kids, so he took on the role, this fellow here, of coaching the year 1 and 2 kids during lunchtime. What a trooper. Referee for tonight's match, Glenn Jackson. He'll be assisted by Angus Maybe and Kyle Harris. Ben Deacon, the TMO, and it will be Simon Hickey to start the match.
Right on.
Just a little respite from the rain too as the match is about to start. Tasman against Auckland at Eden Park. And Tasman it is through number 8, Pete Samu. who's been in very good form in recent weeks. Shane Christie, they'll be pleased to have him back in action tonight after he missed the game against the Steelers. Billy Guyton will fire it back. Marty Banks, his first kick of the night. And it falls for Milani Nanai. Luatua, part of this very big, powerful, loose trio. But that's not a great start. Just a little confusion as to who the intended target of the pass was. And so Tasman will feed a scrum just inside their half.
I'm looking forward to this battle. Tony, as Carl Tenano alluded to, might turn into a bit of a forward battle if this weather doesn't improve. But two big packs, in particular this Auckland pack. Big improvement last week against Otago. So it's a big test tonight. You see them exceptional in terms of their size.
Set piece for Tasman, though, has been very good in recent weeks. And they like to bring their wingers in off the flanks just to hit the ball up first time. Here's Nankivell in contact. Punching onto it, Kalor Matangi back in the number 6 jersey tonight after wearing 7 last week. Samu. Both of these teams like to attack. And here's a chance for Tasman. Nankivell in a bit of space. Hickey comes across, brushes off the tackle of Hickey. Thought about releasing the pass, did the right thing, took it to ground. And now Sheldon Hayes, lovely offload away to Makaleo, the hooker. Referee's playing advantage. This is promising for the Marcos. Nice hands from Quinton Strange, the young lock, who's been really impressive. Banks now pops it back in field, looking for Christie.
Which number? 5. Offside.
And Michael Fatialofa is the man who's been caught offside. Well, Carl Tenana, I know the conditions probably not going to help them later on in the game, but that's a very promising start for the Marcos.
Oh, that's great, TJ, from this Marco team. And I think it was a bad read from Vince Ussell, the second 5 for Auckland. He come up to use great hands to get on the outside, and this is the end result. See those little short passes up the middle of the park can be going to be so integral for this Marco team tonight, TJ.
Forward Tollison.
Vince Ussell wearing the headgear. Well, Marty Banks, he a bit mixed last week with his goal kicking in Blenheim. He's been such a match winner for them.
Gus.
And
Good on that side scrum.
normally you expect him to be kicking, putting the majority of his kicks over in a game. He missed a few last week, but enough. Scored all his team's points and got them home.
You're not hooking balls. It looks like it makes it. At least you haven't seen it.
Marty Banks, opening kick of the night, over it goes. And so a good start for the Marcos. They lead 3-0 at Eden Park.
Yeah, good to collect points early on. Picking discipline. Tony will be a big influence on this game too. Very, very good goal kickers on display here tonight. Marty Banks, first opportunity off the tee's a good one. So Auckland, they get to repeat what they did 4 minutes ago.
The restart. And they just look to work it out. A good strong run again though. Gosh, he's a handful, Pete Samu. Banks now looking to chip the ball in behind the wing of Visinia. A bit untidy at the back too. Auckland putting each other under a bit of pressure here. Now the ball's been brought under control for John O'Hickey. Tasman quickly up out of the line. Good work from Kalor Matangi. Taking the ball carrier behind the advantage line. Fatialofa waiting for it. Well, that's a good charge from him too. And Alex Ainley's gone down looking a bit the worse for wear. Ussell now swings the ball wide. And now the opportunity through Collier. But, well, kick not controlled. In fact, it was knocked back. And Mitchell Hunt runs such good lines. Gets Tasman back on the front foot. Now Havili dropping it onto the left boot. Waiting back was Stephen Luatua. A lively start. Gets the offload away to Visinia. Skips out of the first couple of tackles. And there for Hickey. Morley playing at 6 tonight. Again, the control from Auckland isn't good enough, and it'll be another scrum feed for Marcos.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there from Auckland. Molly wanting to do one thing, Pratley wanting to do another. And eventually, nothing comes of it, and so it's Tasman will have the head to the scrum. There's a early casualty. Tim Perry.
Yeah, well, he ran into Michael Fatialofa, who's been one of the form players over the Super Rugby season. Him and Via Fafita, I think their second row for the Hurricanes were absolutely outstanding. That's great timing for him to come back in this Auckland A team, because they need him tonight. This Tasman side already showing TJ a lot of confidence.
Tim Perry, man, will have to go to the sideline.
Oh, I think he caught the boot right at the end there of his own player. Friendly fire that was, I think, Tony.
Playing on.
Didn't look too much in the tackle, and then I think it was Ainley's boot.
Yeah, so not so much a bang on the head, but a scrape. Restored their strength in the front row department, the Marcos. Hilden Hayes and Perry starting the game with Makaleo, who's been very lively, but on the bench, Kane Hames and Siua Halanukunuku, so they've got certainly some impact to come off the bench. Auckland with Renata, Pratley and Eklund.
Crouch! Bind!
So Billy Guyton, 14 appearances for the Blues this year. No stranger to Eden Park. A good scrum too from the Marcos, driving them back, and they'll pick up a penalty here. Guyton decides to run it, makes a nice snipe too. Can't connect with Kalua Matangi with the pass, but boy, that is a promising sign for the Tasman Marcos against that big Auckland pack.
Yeah, that's a big psychological blow early in this one for Tasman. They said it was a much improved Auckland forward pack in their last outing against Otago, but Tasman, they've obviously seen something. They've seen an opportunity to take on Auckland at set piece, and on that occasion they had the victory hands down. So Marty Banks, well, he'll take some easy meters, and they'll get the opportunity to restart from the line out set piece here, Tasman. But here's the walk forward, and then Molly sticks his head up, pulls the shoulders off the scrum, so the penalty had to come. That's very good, very impressive from the Tasman scrum.
So Andrew Makaleo gets the call from Ainley, and it's Ainley who wins the line out, and they bring Caleb Markini, this sprightly young left winger. They do that well, Tasman. Nice setup here in midfield. They give it to Makaleo, closing in on the goal line. Samu now, really taking the game to Auckland in these early stages. Look to get some width on it now. Marty Banks just chopping back in field there for Guyton. Havili confronted by Morley in the tackle. Ainley, they'll need to be patient. Makaleo, as they came out at him quickly, Luatua. Guyton brings it back the other way. Banks holds on to it. Ball, I think, stripped away from him. No, the referee says knock on.
Well, good patience through 10 phases, Tasman, and then Marty Banks saw half an opportunity, and that's all he needs. There, the show, the go. Have a look here.
Well, he's claiming it was stripped away, but fact is the referees are going to call that a knock on. He can demonstrate all he likes, and he will.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tony, they'll have a go here, no doubt about that. Tasman after their last scrum effort.
Crouch!
Sam Pratley back in the front row for Auckland. Former Marco, born in Blenheim, educated at Nelson College on the loose head side. And here comes the shove again, but Luatua does well, gets it away. Kick partially charged, Hickey's kick. but they'll come back quickly. Hunt spent a bit of time in Auckland. Away it goes to Whainganuku. Here come the Marcos again. Samu with the fend. Good leg drive too in the tackle of Fatialofa. Havili now hangs on to it. Beautiful offload away to Banks. Spinning in the tackle of Hickey. Gets the offload away to Christie. They keep it alive. Quinton Strange. Good leg drive from the young lock. And here come the Marcos again. Good charge from Samu. And he's in for the try. Well, they just kept the ball alive. And Pete Samu, brilliantly angled run and great strength to get the ball on the line for the opening try of the night.
Well, he's been very impressive from the get-go. Pete Samu and Tasman, they've got their offload game going tonight, and so difficult to defend under these new law interpretations. And Samu just ran a good line. First defender couldn't hold on to him. Mind you, he was half the size, to be fair to John O'Hickey. Samu, he's too big, he's very strong. And Tasman rewarded well. They've been dominant, no doubt about it, Carl.
Well, the impressive thing for me, Pod, about this attack from this Tasman team, they're running flat to the line, so it's not allowing the defensive Auckland to reset as we see the conversion go over. They're getting in behind this Auckland defence, and it's making very, very tough for them to get back in Tasman. Well, with enthusiastic running by Samu so far, he deserved that.
Well, it was one of the early lessons they picked up this year. Very early on, ran into Canterbury and got it absolutely smacking. But it was the way Canterbury kept the ball alive, just not really getting involved in breakdown situations. Picked up on that. Certainly a great start for the Marcos. Here's Samu back in the action again. Bumps off Auckland as well. Strong start to the game from Pete Samu, but there's a mistake, and Rico Ioane has the ball. It wasn't taken cleanly by Havili, so Auckland are going to get a chance to hit straight back here. Up quickly on Akira Ioane. Good work from Christie, realising they've got to close the big man down.
Under pressure. Always under pressure.
Well, he played a long advantage there, Glenn Jackson, but he'll bring them back. Auckland will get a scrum feed.
Always under pressure, no advantage.
Probably the last player, if you make a mistake, that you want the ball to end up in his hands, and that was Rico Ioane. You see Tasman, well, they're full of confidence. They were looking to put the ball through the hands inside their red zone. Auckland not able to exploit it, but they will have a very good opportunity from the scrum situation.
We saw the last game, Pod, with Simon Hickey. He really challenged the line and took it really flat, so if they drifted off, he'll be a chance to go as well. So they have to be on their mettle defensively, Tasman.
Well, Nanai is up in the back line on the left. Arsaw, Havili, good solid tackle, and great awareness of the rules there by Billy Guyton. You can still get in there and rip the ball away. You've just got to be quick about it, and he did that to perfection. And the referee now awards a penalty to Tasman.
13.
Well, that'll bring a smile and maybe a wee amount of pleasure to those that are battling with the breakdown laws, Tony. And Billy Guyton, he's obviously got a very, very good understanding of the do's and don'ts under these new experimental laws. You're dead right. If you make the tackle and a breakdown doesn't form, you're still entitled to have a go at the ball.
Well, he's managed to keep the ball in play.
I think he was just behind.
But he's knocked it forward. Over there. Here's, watch Billy Guyton here. See, no breakdown has formed there. There's just one player on the ground, and so as long as you get in there smartly before anyone else arrives, you can affect the turnover. As the case with the regulation or the laws that have been the case for the last decade or so. So, from being on defence, Tasman get a chance to go back on the attack.
Okay, Blue, the gap's been perfect, and you just close it up. He can't get a bind. Keep that gap.
Better effort last time from Auckland at this aspect of the game. I tell you, you talked about the size of their loose forwards. or the forward pack, but the loose forwards in that Auckland side, Tony, they're heavier than the front row.
Bind. Set.
So maybe if it doesn't go well, they could swap places.
Well, you've got
Come here.
a couple of players there who have played top-level rugby as locks. Luatua Molly on the, or in the number 8 and number 6 positions. Akira Ioane, not exactly a midget.
I've never been that good at math, but I've done a quick calculation. The Lucies, the 3 Auckland Lucies weigh 345 kilos combined. The front row, the Auckland front row, 338, so they're giving away 7 kilos.
It's Tasman who've had the solid scrum though. Guyton reaches and banks. Well, rain starting to fall again. Good strong run from Nankivell, who's made a nice start to this game. The young fellow. Now Hunt, dangerous from fullback. Ioane, who's had to do, that's Rico's had to do defending so far in the game. Oh, snatching at it though. Quentin Strange.
Had a little look.
Have a look at Alex Nankivell here. We highlighted him at the start of the game. Just 19 years of age, but they're excited about him, Carl, and you can see why. Bit of a mistake there from Strange. We're going to have a few of those tonight.
Yeah, just had a look at the line before he engaged it, didn't he? But yeah, that was a beautiful line so far. And once again, it was that flat attack. TJ hit it nice and hard and on the angle. Very tough to stop when you got that momentum and the defence is on its heels. Great start to this game.
Bind. Set.
Auckland at the moment have had less than
captain, but don't tell me everything, every single scrum,
30% of the ball.
especially from over here.
Glenn Jackson with a word to Shane Christie there. What's been a topic of much debate this year, particularly there was a lot of it
Crouch.
surrounding what was going on in Australia with the Wallabies captain Stephen Moore. The captain's allowed to query a referee's decision. What he's not really allowed to do is keep up a running commentary. Auckland have it. Arsaw looking for a gap and gets a nice offload back in field to Simon Hickey up towards halfway. Counter ruck though from the Marcos.
Breakdown. No hands. Breakdown. Number 8.
Yeah, Pete Samu, he ruled that the breakdown had formed. I think Samu felt that it had broken up again, but referee ruling a penalty here, and so Hickey gets the chance to send Auckland on the attack.
Well, here's my cynical mind here. The player that is allowed to pick it up in that situation is the halfback, so Samu says, I'm the halfback, he's allowed to pick it up, surely. Because Christie had done the hard work on the counter ruck, and the ball had been presented. Deemed to still be a breakdown. The only bloke that can come there and pick it up as the halfback. We'll get a good look at it here. Hickey. And then Christie over the top, drives over the top of him, and there, I'm the halfback, I'm going to play the ball. If he was the halfback, he'd be allowed to do that.
So a throw for Kurt Eklund. Scrafton and Fatia Lofa in the middle of the line out. And, well, Tasman get up and disrupt, but Auckland have got it. Arsaw always threatens the line, Vince Arsaw. Someone having a flying hack at the ball. Luatua, a good carry from him. Lengthening stride as he goes into the tackle. There for Jono Hickey. Away to Fatia Lofa. Big players lined up away to the right. And a very good carry from Fatia Lofa. Auckland now pressing. Luatua, nice straight line from him. Now it's Renata, the tight head prop. Eklund driving into the tackle of Sheldon Hayes. Auckland hard up against the line. Fatialofa, referee has the arm out, playing advantage. Luatua trying to work the ball over the line. Auckland, they go to the line, it's a try. And coming up with it is Scott Scrafton, the big lock. Well, good pressure, first real raid inside the Marcos 22, and they come up with a 5-pointer.
Well, the signal from Scrafton, he's been good for Auckland through Mitre Cup 2016. He's their leading tackler. He doesn't mind doing the hard yards. And there's Luatua that really got them going, got them in behind the defensive line. And then they stayed patient, they recycled well. Fatialofa was good. He carried a couple of times, it got a little bit untidy towards the end here. Luatua had control of the ball again, then he managed to get it, transfer it to Scrafton. He just twists and turns Auckland back in this one.
So Hickey adds the extras, and it's 10-7 at Eden Park. Good reply by Auckland, using their big forwards and creating the opportunity.
As you said, Tony, probably their first genuine opportunity. Certainly first period of sustained possession for Auckland, and they've converted, so they'll take a lot of confidence out of that.
Banks with the restart. Morley waiting for it. And runs into a bit of a high tackle there. Yeah, penalty against Tim Perry. Straight away realised what he'd done. Tim Perry played for the Blues back in 2013. Half a dozen games before moving to the Crusaders.
Started at the shoulder and just drifted high as the arm came round, left arm from Perry, but he knew, you could see his frustration, Tony, because territory is such a prime focus for both these teams, and Perry's just given Auckland some easy possession and field position.
Oh, Fatialofa, realising the Marcos had spread away, turned and made a couple of good metres. Ioane, he was monstrous in the semi-final last year. Now his brother Rico. Tackle made around the ankles by Nankiville.
Offside.
Marco's up offside, so here's a chance now for Hickey to level the scores. And Kaltenana, Auckland have come back well after that good Tasman start.
Yeah, well, I think this four-pack has finally found its muscle. They've had some slow starts to this Mitre Cup. Auckland, their last effort against Otago, they were pretty happy with that first 40 minutes. They're starting to get back into this one. Their last try was on the back of some nice forward runs, and Akira Ioane going down after his strong Ray just seconds before. Finally, they've woken up.
The shoulder might be the problem here with Ioane. Simon Hickey, 122 points, so he's already passed his tally from last year, kicking around 80%, leading point scorer in Mitre Cup rugby. As we come to the end of the round robin stage. To level the scores, Hickey, oh, it's an absolute shocker. He slipped. Oh boy, there's one. If they ever bring back the Minties ads, there's your first one. Oh, Simon Hickey, find a hole to jump into.
He just over-rotated on that left foot, and so had no purchase from the Sprigs, Hickey, and well, that's 3 points just gone begging quite literally for Auckland.
Here he is back in the action. Evidence that it's getting a little slippery out there. Not a great pass from his brother there. And, set up by Collier, who's had a good constructive season. Luatua, well, they're bringing those big forwards into the game and they're making inroads, Auckland. They step over it nicely for Jono Hickey. Away it goes to Prattley. Hickey away to his brother, to Arsaw, straightening, gets a lovely ball back in field. Over the top it goes to Vicinia, return pass to Nanai, and Prior Collier's in for the try. I think that's the third time he handled in that move. That's a cracking try, and the man who finished it is really the man who started it.
Oh, that's Auckland at their very, very best. Prior Collier, you said it, Tony, he started it, and boy did he finish it. The big boys did their work initially. They moved it wide into the midfield. The inside ball for Collier found him in space. He did well too to find Vicinier, and Vicinier showed good control. Inside ball to Nanai, and then Collier backing up. He did well to find Vicinier there, and they just stayed and support the Auckland players. And Collier, they were happy with the grounding. No need for the TMO.
Well, Hickey smiled back on his face. That missed penalty. In the end, no real harm done. Missed the opportunity to level the scores. Now they get a try that puts them in front. Kick from wide out, that's better. That's a whole lot better. That's a beaut. Embarrassment over. 14-10.
Couldn't have got any better. That kick straight through the middle from Hickey, and Auckland, well, after the slow start, they seem to be finding their straps.
What they're doing, Potter, they're using Vince Arce on attack to be their man to take it up, and then they run runners off, and that's the secret.
Ioane just played in the air there by Kalua Matangi. Straight away realised his error. Just didn't get the timing right to Vita Kalua Matangi.
Yeah, but Tony, that's 2 penalties now that Tasman have given away that have immediate relief pressure on Auckland inside their own territory. That was Tasman's strength. The first 20 minutes of this game, they had Auckland locked down in their own territory, and here there wasn't much in it, to be fair, but still the penalty all the same, and Auckland immediately back inside enemy territory and with the opportunity to win possession from their own throat.
Auckland call a full line out. 3 big men together. Fatialofa, Scrafton, Molly. They go down to the back, but Luatua can't control it. Now Banks flings it wide. Nankivell pops the ball away to his right. Hunter's there. Guyton clears. Makaleo. Tasman, having made a great start, now need to reassert themselves, and a nice ball into space. The 2 props working together. Now they bring it back the other way. Banks moving onto it nicely. Hunt just upended in the tackle of Rico Ioane. Now Guyton with a little snipe. Lovely ball back in field to Christie. Looking for the offload. Couldn't get it away to Havili. Still there though for the Marcos. Makaleo now. Another charge from the hooker. Well, it's a lively game. Conditions aren't easy, but these 2 teams are really attacking well. Samu now, who scored the first try, almost slipped the tackle. Guyton, monstered by Fatialofa, but it's still there. Now the little pick and go from Samu. Just 5 metres away from the line. Referee playing advantage here. There was a hand in there from Auckland. Well, it's an easy 3 for Marty Banks if he wants it. And the Marcos just reminding themselves of how well they played early in the game.
Yeah, that's better. The mistake from Auckland from the line out gave the Marcos possession of the ball, and the inside ball was very good. Christie looking for the offload, couldn't get it away, and then there on the ground, Auckland, temptation too much. Rogue hand fishing around in the breakdown, and this is about as easy as it gets for Marty Banks.
So Banks knocks it over, and it's 14-13 at Eden Park. 12 minutes to play first half.
We know what the respective coaches will be writing in their notebooks for halftime, Tony, and that's about just cutting down the errors, because the side that makes the errors is coughing up the points. So clearly the conditions are challenging, but the concentration levels need to be better. The discipline needs to be much better too.
Hickey, and restart, and Ainley winds up Scrafton, who is, in fact, it was Collier who made the tackle on that occasion. Wicket goes to Marty Banks. This one's been carried back, so he'll look for length. Straight down the middle. And here's Milani Nanai Visinia. Shaped as if to kick. They came up in a good wall, bit loose, and hacking it through Makaleo. Having to go back as Hickey. And as he gets put under some pressure from Alex Nankivell, gets the ball away and a touch.
Well, good net result though, Tony, for Tasman. They still have good field position. Their scrum's been bang on. 1 from 1 and 1 against the throw as well. The Marco's line out.
Got to like the resolve of these teams. Conditions aren't easy, but they're looking to attack every opportunity. Makini came from a long way back to take it at first receiver, punching onto it Kalua Matangi. They're getting good phase ball, the Marcos, and they're moving onto it. Havili stabs a little kick behind, probably too much on the hole. Well, in the end, I think he's booted that touch and goal.
Out and goal, out.
In play and gone field.
Yeah,
Okay,
this will be a
scrum.
5-metre scrum. That was a great kick in the end from
Carry back,
Havili.
scrum.
It looked like for a moment it was going to go touch and goal, and in the end, it caused real problems for Lulangi Visinia.
Yeah, my initial thoughts, because no one really was chasing it, that it was a bit of a nothing kick, but it bounced back. And yeah, dead right. There's Mitchell Hunt. Stakes his claim, and he's rewarded.
Well,
Crouch.
Makini just hovering
Bind.
in that channel inside
Sit.
Marty Banks. They've got a good scrum, the Marcos. Front rows go down. You've got to use it. Get it away to Guyton. And here's a chance for a pick and go. Samu. Sheldon Hayes quickly onto him and drive him back, but it's still there for Billy Guyton. Makaleo wanted the run, just came a bit slowly. Lost a little bit of momentum, but he's still close. Now they have another go. They're over.
Time.
I think it might be Shane Christie. No, it's in fact Tim Perry.
Try or no try, please.
So the challenge here, Tony, they're pretty confident, the Marcos. TMO, Ben Deacon, he'll come into play here. Yeah, plenty of support. And then just that second shove, whether he's...
Well, he hasn't propelled himself, has he?
No, he's been propelled forward by his supporting players, so no issues there. It's just whether we can see the grounding, Tony.
Just wondering about that arm movement too. But look here. Watch that left arm.
Well, Colin Matangi's the one, isn't it, TJ, that's propelled him forward. He's actually in front of him.
Yeah, I don't think there's any issues, fellas, about whether he's got to the line legally. It's about whether we can see him grounding the ball, and that is probably going to be the challenge. That'll be the only thing that denies this, because you would say that given the evidence presented, it would be pretty hard for him not to have grounded the ball, but...
Yep. Okay, so can we award the try?
Try it is. So Tim Perry awarded the try, and the Marcos are back in front by 18-14.
Well, they've been good. There's no doubt about it. When they've had possession of the ball, they've been direct. Their big boys have carried the ball well. It came from the set piece that collapsed, so they were forced to use the ball, so their initial option from the set piece was denied, and then they went through 3 or 4 phases here, Tasman, and then some good support. They're a good team like that, Tasman, helping each other out, and Perry the recipient.
So Banks, most of his kicks have been pretty handy to the posts tonight. And no trouble with the conversion, so Tasman regain the lead. They're in front of Auckland by 20-14. With 7.5 minutes to play first half. Tim Perry with the try.
kind of a lonely club if you're a prop and you haven't scored a try in this Mitre Cup competition, Tony.
What about 3 front row hat-tricks are in vogue this year? Here's Christie. Always guaranteed maximum effort from Shane Christie. Guyton will put it high. Whainga Anuku leading the chase. Taken by Luatua. Can't get away from the young winger. Puts it on the ground. And, well, the referee, the Tasman players are saying, isn't that a ruck? Isn't that a breakdown? He picked it up and went again. Tasman back on the defence. And Vicinia, he's coming field. Chips a little kick out towards the wing. And, oh, it's been intercepted by Lalangi Vicinia. And he'll score. Well, the dinky little kick didn't come off, but he stayed with it, and he's got the try.
Perseverance and reward, Tony. Biggest ladder on the board of snakes and ladders, by the way. It was their go-to play. They were quite happy to do this against Otago. Auckland, the little kicks in behind. It bounced, and they looked like they had it under control. Tasman, I guess you call it an intercept, don't you? And he was always going to be too quick, Lalangi Vicinia.
What I liked about this, he actually put himself closer to the line. He used the kick and it found grass. That was the important thing. He didn't give up on a call for it. And the kid from down the road, Kelston Boys product, Lalangi Vicinia, both wingers get a try in the first half for Auckland.
So Simon Hickey gets the chance to put Auckland back in front. Well, a high-scoring and entertaining first half. He's had a good sighter from out on the right. He nailed one from right on the sideline. And that one's as straight as a die. So Auckland lead it by 21-20. The try by Lalangi Vicinia. Conversion by captain Simon Hickey. It's 21-20.
They're making light of the conditions, these two teams. Putting on a very entertaining match. How it's going, Tony, I guess the question is, it's Tasman's turn. What have they got?
Backwards red.
Well, referee ruling there that was knocked back by Tasman. They got up and challenged, and so Auckland helped themselves to the loose ball quickly through the hands, and Vicinia back in the action again. Taken around the ankles by Makene. Pratley. Hickey now moves it on. Luatua, bit of a standing start. Jono Hickey, low pass to his brother. He tries a little chip kick ahead. Now, who's this one going to set up for? Well, Alex Ainley says, I got this. Guyton just waiting for some support to arrive. And it comes in the form of his captain. Guyton will kick here. Nuku after this one. Hickey's gone across and ducks under the oncoming Whainga Nuku's tackle. Jono Hickey just had a little look down the short side for a moment. Fatialofa, who's carried strongly.
Point the halfback.
Jono Hickey getting the penalty and a ticking off at the same time.
Spended a bit of energy claiming that penalty too to Jono Hickey. But I think that's the difference for me at the breakdowns, Tony, is Tasman are prepared to commit players and actually making uses of themselves. Auckland, conversely, they're not challenging at all, so it's really easy ball for Tasman. Here's Simon Hickey ducking under the tackle of Whainga Nuku. Good opportunity here. They'll walk in slowly, Auckland, and then we'll look for some quick ball off the top here.
Kurt Eklund finds Fatialofa. Boy, they've got some options at line-out time. They work a move around the front. Eklund takes it back. So Auckland looking for back-to-back tries here. It's been a seesaw first half. the Marcos again committing numbers requires some effort to free it up for Auckland. The hard-working Scott Scrafton makes a metre or two. Molly over the ball. Now Marcel Renata. Hickey moves it on. Arsaw. Onto the ground he goes, but it's there for Jono Hickey. Luatua taking it nice close to the advantage line. The pick and go from Fatialofa. Wrapped up though and driven back by Makaleo. Jono Hickey away to Arsaw. Tucks the ball under his wing, then loses it in the tackle, but the referee was playing advantage. And here's one right out in front for Simon Hickey.
Tackling eyes out the ball.
Well, again, a good example for me, Tony. Tasman's persistence in the breakdown, not allowing Auckland to recycle the ball quickly from phase play. So, two things. First of all, allowing Tasman to organise themselves defensively and not allowing, because they've got time to organise defensively, not allowing Auckland to create any mismatches. And that's what Auckland like to do with their big ball carriers. No, they're doing a very good job there, conceding the penalty on that occasion. But the defensive line, very impressive for Tasman.
Well, Simon Hickey, 3 from 4 so far tonight, has brought up his 400 points in his career. He banks on the verge of 700, but here's Hickey. And over it goes. So with less than a minute to play in the first half, Auckland have the lead by 24-20 now. So they'll have time to get the ball back into play. Went short the last time, Tasman. Banks gets this one nice and high. And Auckland don't take it cleanly, but they'll have time for the line out.
Is there an option, Gus, or just knock on? Option, scrum.
And Tasman say scrum, and they'll have time for it too. As the siren goes.
Be interested in their mindset here, Tasman. They want to pick up, or try and pick up some points late in this first half, or they're happy with their first half effort and just head to the tunnel and regroup. They've got a good platform here.
6.
And Guyton puts it in. Now fires it away. Nice ball away to Nankiville. This is good stuff building up here. Whainga Nuku takes it out in front of the posts. Guyton there, the referee awarding advantage or playing advantage here to Tasman, so they can really throw everything at it. Pete Samu, just the man to give the ball to. Guyton fires it away to Christie. Offloads it away. Perry, he's got one. Guyton. Makaleo through the hands quickly. Having to take it down is Anuku. Referee still playing advantage here. Guyton, away it goes to Samu. Scrafton, yet another tackle. Guyton to Strange. Right out in front of the post again. Christie. Now Banks playing advantage again. Marty Banks over the top. Try and mark any. Oh, he wants to have a look at something here.
Okay, time off. Time off. TMO. Just check for obstruction midfield. We'll go back for a penalty.
Well, this might save Auckland 5 here. They'll concede 3. We've got to see whether there's an obstruction here.
Well, for me, Tony, it was like they'd done the hard work. They'd created the numbers on the left here, Tasman, and then they just got a little bit excited about what they'd created.
Just in front.
It had been good to that point. And then here, they can see now they've got the numbers here. Marty Banks knows it, so he's just looking to draw and pass, and there's the player there. Yeah, standing there. I mean, well, you're taking up space. You can get penalised for that. I know It's probably 50-50 at best, but he's certainly taking up space.
Yeah, but he hasn't
in front of an
initiated,
Auckland defender.
Hasn't initiated contact, has he? And I think that's what they have to rule on. He's just standing there.
For me, he's in front of the ball. Okay, he's in front of the ball, so he's.
He's ruled he has impeded him, I think.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of front running anyway, so if this is penalised, I'd be quite happy with it, but that's just me.
Okay, he's no chance of being able to tackle you there. So penalty, It's penalty in front. Okay, no try, penalty.
Well, they'll get 3, Tony. They've done enough work. They've done some enough good things too to deserve, well, at least 5, possibly 7, Tasman. But 3 will be enough to end the first half on a positive note. And it's been a good first half too.
Oh, this will be Marty Banks' third penalty kick of the night. All of them have been pretty handy to the posts. And Marty Banks, if he gets this over, it'll be 700 points. There you are, first class rugby. Does so a milestone for Marty Banks, a penalty for Tasman, and after a very good first half, considering the conditions, Auckland lead Tasman by 24 points to 23. Players head for the changing room, but before we take a break, we'll get a word. David Havili standing by with Carl Tinana.
Yeah, thanks, TJ. Now, David, regardless of the conditions, both teams want to shift the ball.
You know, we come up here trying to play expansive going 40, and so do Auckland, so hopefully we can come out in the second half and just carry that on.
Now, just tell me a little bit about your flat attack.
You know, we just want to get the ball in hand, get our offload game working, and that's when we're at our best.
Good luck for the second 40.
Thank you.
So the words there of David Havili, very good first half, and Auckland with their noses in front just. It's 24 points to 23 at Eden Park. Well, half-time in the city where even one of those houses will set you back 900,000. Auckland leading Tasman by 24 points to 23. Let's hear from the Auckland coach, Nick White.
Well, Coach, you had a good start against Otago, the last hour team. What did you pick of that first 40?
The first 10 was rubbish. Couple of offloads, some dumb penalties, and we're just on the back foot again. So boys did well considering to get back into the game, and we've put ourselves in a position to get going. But if we don't continue to look after the ball, we've got to look after the ruck too. They've been real menaces at the ruck, so we've got to look after that and just hold on to the ball.
Defensively, they're using a flat line of attack. How do you combat that?
We need to get off the line. We just need to carry strong, just keep carrying strong, get some quick ball so they can't get off the line.
Good luck for the second 40.
Cheers, mate.
And Nick White, first season coaching Auckland. Had a few ups and downs, but they're in pretty good shape. Second place behind Canterbury, looking to set up a home semi-final once we get to playoff time. Second half starts at Eden Park. Been a couple of changes, and we'll catch up with those from Carl Tinana in just a moment. Marco's thinking about a quick throw.
Yeah, a couple of big changes here too. TJ off in jersey 8 for Tasman. Peter Samu, he's been replaced by Ethan Blackadder in jersey 20, and also Vince Ussell's off for Auckland, replaced in jersey 22 by Latuame Fosita.
Well, two of the more influential players through that first 40 minutes, so they are big substitutions.
Yeah, Samu didn't look too good when they walked off at half-time. Straight away, Ethan Blackadder's in the action with a claim at the front of the line-out. And some nice hands too. And bringing Makani in from the left wing. They do that so effectively. High pass, pulled down by Nankivell, who had a very good first 40. So Tasman now bringing the right winger, Whainga Anuku. Makaleo now Havili. So working their way in towards the danger zone here. Tasman held in haste with the carry. Guyton pops a lovely ball up to Caleb Markini. Lovely stepping from the young winger. Trying to counter-ruck here, Auckland. Guyton now, nothing really on. So he puts his head down, has a charge. Nankivell steps over it. Perry, a good first half. Tasman, Auckland getting up off the line, but good strong carry from Kalua Matangi. Banks now, short pass away to Havili. Able to pick it up and go again. The breakdown hadn't formed. Billy Guyton looking to bunt his way around the fringe. Nothing really on. They need someone to move the ball away. Now they get it to Makaleo. Auckland defence holding well here. And an offload away to Alex Ainley. So they're inside the 22, but not able to really advance the ball at the moment, Tasman. Patience the key. Banks now running across field, looking for a gap. Tackle made by Fatialofa. Guyton trying to pick out a runner, finds Perry. The offload, it's a nice one away to Strange. Ball hacked through. Nankivell near the referee, I think he's got them for that. And, wow, Havili, beautiful run, slicing through for the try. Well, great patience there from the Marcos. It took time, but eventually they broke them down, and David Havili shows his class with a try, and Tasman get the try they were denied just before the break and lead 28-24.
Oh, that's super impressive from Tasman, Tony, because the first 5 or 6 phases they were making big inroads behind the Auckland defensive line, Auckland not filling defensive holes, and Tasman exploiting them. Then Auckland got the defensive line organised, and they shut those holes, and they were hard work through phases 5 to 16 or 17, and then eventually their patience paid dividends. They were under the benefit of advantage, but that is very impressive beginning to the second half for Tasman.
Now Marty Banks with the conversion, but Kaltenana, they're using the little left winger, Caleb Markini. Try was scored by Havili, but great work from the winger, really, to get them over the advantage line.
The impressive thing, TJ, was the footwork, as you said, from Markini by Havili, using that outside-inside line, coming into defence. It actually turned in for Auckland. That's what gave this guy that just little inch, and he used the strength to get over.
So yet another change of lead here at Eden Park. And Alex Ainley doing the job at the restart. This is where Tasman have got themselves into a bit of trouble so far in the game. They haven't cleared all that well from the restarts, so this time Banks just goes for distance. Luatua was back now. Nanai, well, he's an electrifying runner, this fellow. But a good tackle made by Tim Perry, who's having an exceptional game. Fatialofa has carried strongly. With the call from the short side, they go to Scrafton. Hickey. Now he's losing the ball in contact there, well, almost losing it was Fatialofa. Renata, good footwork there. Now he's playing an advantage. And so he goes back for a penalty.
Yeah, must have got the call from the AR, Tony, because they still had possession of the ball, but this will be some easy meters for Auckland here.
I'll tell you what, lads, Michael Fatialofa, every time he's touched the ball, he's got over the advantage and some when there's nothing on. He is in some form at the moment, that kid right there in jersey number 5.
Yeah, great season, Fatialofa. He was part of that wonderful success story at the Hurricanes. Back playing in Auckland, but of course he came out of school here, a very good Mount Albert Grammar School first 15. Out of this big Auckland forward pack. Auckland trailing though by 6 at the moment. Strange going up to try and contest, but Scrafton ultra reliable. Auckland trying to drive it away, trying to set it for the drive. But eventually Hickey comes away with it. Jono Hickey, nice little dab from him. Morley just tidies things up, shoves an opposing player out of the way, and clears it away. But Renata caught behind the advantage line, driven back. No, referee says offside. Boy, these penalties starting to mount up against Tasman.
Our decision time here, Auckland. Corner or post. Quick little conference, and I think Hickey's going to look to the corner.
Yeah, confident that he's got the forward pack that can turn this opposition, or rather this opportunity, into a try deep in opposition territory.
And the last drive from the line out went nowhere for Auckland, so maybe we'll see some variation. Already seen the switch to the front of the line out.
Auckland, they go to lure to a sack, but they deliver it. Goes to ground just short of the line. Auckland back in there, trying to set it up. Ball just a little untidy, and Perry's come round offside. So another penalty advantage going the way of Auckland. Ioane Kalua-Matangi goes low round the ankles. Jono Hickey to clear it away to his brother, stabbing the kick through, ricochets away off Banks. The referee will bring them back for the penalty. I think there was a whistle, didn't hear it.
Yeah. No, definitely the whistle.
Yeah, and a word there. Might have lost his mic, Glenn Jackson. I don't think he's blown the pee out of his whistle. I think it's still working. Yeah, Perry spoken to. Another line out.
And we did see a slight variation from Auckland on that last line out. They just changed the point of contact when the ball was brought down. Let's see what they do here.
Well, Tasman are prepared to challenge. They're prepared to put Strange up in the air. Well, this time they put a man up the front of the line out. And almost losing control, but Ioane has it, drives powerfully around the narrow channel. Auckland forwards break away from it. Luatua now, they come at him. So Auckland looking to get the lead back. Hickey now, beautiful ball away to Fosita. Can't get it down though. Right up against the goal line, held up. Well, it was a lovely ball away from Hickey to Latiomi Fosita, the Tongan international, and he ran a great line and almost got there, Carlton Ana.
Oh, he's a great player, the Tongan international. You can see here the short line. Look how he hits it and takes it. And yeah, that's desperate defence from Tasman. But geez, that was a nice line.
Yeah, he wasn't far away. Just couldn't roll under the pressure of the defenders here. But, well, this is a big change. Perry, the front row, he's been impressive. And it's been a very good Tasman scrum, but they'll need to be at their very best here.
Yeah, Pot, Kane Hames on the All Black for Tasman.
Okay, that's not a bad replacement.
Yeah, there he is. Kane Hames played the first Bledisloe Cup test this year. Had a few injury issues. Missed the game last week, but back for this one. They've got quite a tight run in 3 games in 11 days, Tasman. They've got North Harbour next Wednesday, then Southland and Nelson. This is the second to last game for Auckland. And they're making another change in the forwards, Carl.
Yeah, Shannon Frizzell is on there. Jersey 19 for Tasman.
I'm just looking at Kalua-Matangi coming around. Carl, looks like a
concussion
check, because he wasn't happy about being dragged off, so that's normally an indication that he's got to go and do the little concussion test.
Well, we haven't seen too much of the razzle-dazzle boys tonight. We know what they can do, the likes of Nanai, Rico Ioane. They're going to get a chance here. Front rows go down, picked up off the back by Ioane, busts one tackle, ball through the hands, Vesinia into the corner. Second try of the night, Lolangi Vesinia. And we're back to a one-point ball game with the kick to come.
Oh, so hard to defend in this situation. And they've been good in this area of the game, Tasman. But from the base of the scrum, he just beat the tackle of Banks, so committed another defender. That created the opportunity on the outside. Just as explosion, acceleration from Ioane off the base of the scrum, and well, almost untouched for Lolangi Visinia.
Well, you asked for the razzle-dazzle. There it was, TJ. The bowler can run by Akito Ioane. The quick and slick hands by Milani Nanai. Off to open free, Visinia. Brilliant work.
Now, the scrum was under pressure. It went down, but he was happy to let them clear it. And now the kick from wide out. Hickey to put them back in front. It's over. Oh, great kick from Hickey. He had one duff in the first half, but everything else he's done from the tee has been excellent. And once again, the lead changes hands. So Banks with the restart. Back in the action is Akira Ioane.
Bound.
Bit untidy there for Hickey though. And Hames has come through. I think he's claimed this. Referee. Well, there's going to be a chance right now for about our 49th lead change of the night. I've given up trying to count them. Someone else can tell me.
Off feet, holding on.
I'll tell you what though, TJ, 61 points in 15 minutes in these conditions. These two teams have put on a show, because at times it has been very, very average here in Auckland, but these two sides hasn't stopped them.
Well, it's not like it's bad defending, is it? It's just willingness to keep the ball alive, keep attacking.
Yeah, and I think also, Tony, we're seeing the positive byproduct of these new laws, experimental laws, because if you're patient in possession of the ball, it is very hard for the defenders to get their hands on it. So you just have to be patient, you have to be disciplined, and you have to be accurate, and essentially you're going to gather points. That's as simple as that. And as I say, I think this is a byproduct of these new law interpretations, experimental law interpretations.
Oh, Banks, another handy kick. He will not miss from there. And Tasman lead 33-31. Marty Banks, his fourth penalty to go with his 3 conversions. Hickey with the restart, taken down by Strange. And Tasman fancy a little drive here, and bursting away with it is Alex Ainley. Jono Hickey bravely trying to get amongst the big fellas. Now Banks looking for some space on the far side. Nanai, you're going to have them on, getting a bit close to the touchline. And again, you can see Tasman trying to get numbers into the breakdown, but Auckland have got it. They get it away to Ioane. Well, they've gone around the ankles whenever they can. They remember the damage that he did. That's been knocked through. And, well, Havili in the end is the man who brings it under control. Now, broken play here. Chance for the Marcos. Marty Banks puts a little kick, trying to get it over the top of Molly, and he'll slide into touch with that. Yep. Well, we've seen some nice little variations on the kick game as well from both teams.
Just open the gap, boys, please.
Yeah, that's been the impressive thing for me, Tony. Sides have evenly shared possession, and they've had an equal share of possession. We've seen lots of variation in their attack. Both sides looking for ways through the opposite's defensive system.
Well, bad news for Tavita Kalua-Matangi. He has failed the concussion test, so he's gone. Referee's playing advantage here. And a penalty advantage it is too. And work a little wrap around Billy Guyton. And Banks just starting to range a little wider. And Fosita is over. The referee penalises Kurt Eklund. I imagine this will be 15 metres in from touch.
Offside 2.
Changes coming up. More changes. Boy, they're going big time to their bench quite early, aren't they, Carl Tanana?
Yes, indeed. There's going to be a couple here in jersey 18. Siua Hala Nuka Nuka is about to come on. So it looks like big in jersey.
It's Viliami Lolo here, back in action.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to replace Waingan Nuku.
Yep, Marty. On the 15, so you can go the other side.
Conditions are just debated here, TJ, so this is going to be a decent kick on the angle.
Well, Glenn Jackson, a former goal kicker, has just made Marty Banks move the ball 10 centimetres to the right.
Well, Marty started on the other side of the 15-metre line, and Glenn Jackson quite rightly pointed out the penalties on the 15-metre line. You're welcome to move it any way the other side of that. So Marty's decided to move it just on the inside to make a point.
Well, so far, it's been very good. This is probably the most challenging kick he's had tonight. Near 40 metres, certainly got the distance, and another one goes over for Marty Banks. His 5th penalty of the night. 2nd week in a row he's kicked 5 penalties. 21 points for Marty Banks. Marco's lead by 36-31, and big Siua Halonukunuka takes his place on the field. Change for Auckland as well, KT.
Yes, Liaki Moki has come off. He's been replaced by Kaifa in jersey 20.
Josh Kaifa, yeah. So those players using their bench here. Billy Guyton with the clearing kick just beyond the 10-metre mark. So Auckland have a 4-try bonus. There is big Josh Kaifa from the Manukau Rovers. Luatua with the line-out win down the back. Simon Hickey moves it on. Fosita, very experienced international player. Well, he's lost that. Jono Hickey just got into a little bit of a tangle there. He's disappointed, but there you go. Gets a big bear hug from Sam Prattley.
That'll make you feel better. Big bear hug from a sweaty front rower.
Yeah, you see it. I think it might have been Scott Scrafton.
Yeah. The revolving door of the bench continues to spin, KT.
Yeah, I think with, as you said, with the 3 games in 10 days, so Finley Christie's come on in jersey 21, replacing Billy Guyton, who's had a good night at the office.
Crouch!
Fiume Fosita played for Tonga at the last World Cup.
Look, we didn't have a problem before. Get your bind up, please. He can get his bind there, you get yours up. He's binding where he can do.
Tim Perry, a good first half. Man who, well, he was working as a shepherd up in the Waihopai Valley when he got first picked for the Marcos back in 2012. He's been one of the success stories of this Marcos team.
Bind!
Here's another
Sit.
one.
Straight down. Straight down.
Well, they've been under pressure quite a bit at scrum time, and eventually a penalty has come the way of the Marcos. Scrum's going down, and Marty Banks will look to pump it away. In fact, no, he's David Havili's going to have a shot here, KT.
There's no wind whatsoever, so he's backing himself 60 metres directly in front.
Well, this is interesting for me, this penalty, because he'd just given the Tasman front row a bit of a word, because they're the 2 new blokes on the field. Auckland props are still the same. He said it's been good up till now. The next one goes down and Auckland get pinged. But Marty Banks, well, this KT will be very, very impressive. Oh, it's Havili, sorry. Yeah, lining it up. This will be impressive if it goes anywhere near the crossbar.
Yeah, they've gone for the driver, have Tasman, so you see what he's got off the tee.
A driver with both feet off the ground, this one. Kick of 60 metres.
Stop it.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It is over. Cool as you like. David Havili smashes it from 60 metres, and the Marcos lead by 39 to 31.
You're allowed to smile, fella. You've just kicked it from 60 metres on Eden Park. Give us a smile. Come on.
Oh, that is timing to perfection. Even pointed as well, like extended it over the home run. Brilliant.
Well, Hickey, good restart. Strange, though, gets up, knocks it down. Christie, he's well and truly taken there by Josh Kaifa. But the little halfback sets it up. Now, they drive at Auckland. Three-man pod there. Christie, Kaifa forces the turnover. No.
Ripped in the tackle. Ripped in the tackle.
Well, now the Marcos getting a little run of penalties. Such a momentum thing. In fact, the penalty count's now up to 9 all. They just seem to come in little clumps, don't they, with the momentum of the game. Now Marty Banks, well, not tempted to have a shot from 70 metres, just to go one better.
Well, same situation we saw in the first half, Tony, albeit reversed teams-wise. So now Auckland struggling to play any sort of game inside the Tasman half of the field because they're giving away pedals. There it is there. Last 4 penalties since the 52nd minute mark. And it's costing them dearly now.
Well, he'll be loving this. Alex Ainley. Still a long way to go in this game. 19 minutes, 8-point lead. The Marcos, remember, they've never won at Eden Park. And penalty, yeah, they got that all wrong.
Stationary, move in front, ball has to be at the front. Ball's got to be right.
Breaking off with players in front of the ball carrier. And so Auckland get a chance to get out of their own half.
Well, he just felt that Auckland really needed that most, didn't they? They're under the pump at the moment.
So,
sorry, Tia, just a change for Auckland. 22 is on.
Liam Steele.
Liam Steele, and he's replaced Prior Collier.
Liam Steele from the University Club. Tasman getting up and challenging, causing some disruption. That's something they've done all night. They've been prepared to put someone in the air, even if they're not winning the ball. They've been threatening to do just what's happened.
Well, yeah, look, that's what's impressed me about Tasman tonight. They've challenged everywhere, Tony, so challenging at the set piece. Auckland, second line-out that they've got wrong tonight. Tasman, they're 100% at line-out time, and also go back to the breakdown. Tasman prepared to challenge everything, and at the moment they've been rewarded for it.
Just looking at the replay, I don't know that any of the Tasman players actually left the ground on that one, but so uncontested ball more like, and just not taking it clean. Those turnovers starting to really mount up. Tasman's scrum has been good, and again it collapses, but they let it go. Nankivell gets a nice ball away. Hunt always runs with such vigour from fullback. Christie quite happy to take contact around the fringe. Havili, who has shown his glove. That's come forward off the foot. Turnover ball. Here's a chance for Auckland. They move it quickly into some space. Fosita now moves it on. Steele chopping back in field. Fukufuka. Now Hickey fires a big pass. Rico Ioane. Well, they've looked after him pretty well tonight. Fukufuka. Now Nanai. They bring it back the other way. Kaifa. Good strong leg drive from him. Hickey now, urgency coming back into the Auckland side, quickly through the hands. Nice work too. Here's Steele chopping back in field, but the offload falls into the hands of Kane Hames. He's chucked over the touchline. Well, Tasman, they do defend pretty well. They don't score anywhere near the number of tries that Auckland do, but their defence is good, and it's being really tested here.
Yeah, 2 players coming up, trying to put pressure on the midfield, but Auckland getting around it just with some accurate Swift and accurate passing then. The last pass, the inside ball from Steele going nowhere in Auckland. It's untidy, but they'll get it from the line out.
Fuku has to go back a long way and gets barreled to the ground. Kaifak put on the deck by Halanukunuka. Fuku. Luatua. 15 minutes to play. 8-point lead. Ioane, well, just shuffling across the field there. And again, Tasman going in with the counter ruck. Hickey operating behind a bit of a screen and gets a nice angle on the kick and eventually puts it into touch. It's a good touch finder. Very good touch finder. A chance now to put some pressure back on the Tasman line out.
Yeah, that's what you want to see here, Tony, after the good accurate kick from Hickey. You want Auckland to get up and challenge. Tasman, they'll shorten it up and probably look to throw it deep over the back.
Are you in?
Tasman slow to form the line out. See Black out of there. And Strange, he doesn't take it cleanly though. Scrafton, they drive him close to the line.
Knock on and the line out, scrum.
So it'll be a scrum feed Auckland.
Scrum 15.
Tasman, well, they did get put under some pressure. Gosh, this guy gets a lot of work done, Scrafton. And you can see there, well, had to fight for it.
Again, just inaccurate though.
Been subbed anyway.
No one really challenging from Auckland.
Just been subbed, so do you want to wander off that one?
And the frustration for Quinton Strange. It's been good tonight though, Strange, and this is not good news for Sam Prattley. The Auckland loosehead prop made a return last week, and KT clearly looks like his day's done.
Yeah, being replaced by Tom McHugh in jersey 17 pod.
And Tom McHugh from Grammar Tech Club, who's played every game for Auckland, mainly off the bench. Ngalangi Visinia, 2 tries under his belt tonight.
Crouch!
Will he be the latest to join the hat-trick club? He's on the right-hand side.
Okay, boys.
Oh, interesting.
No leaning.
Here,
Okay.
Tasman, because of the
Put on you, no leaning.
width of the blind side here, they're forced to leave a defender over there.
The scrum's the interesting one here to me,
Yeah,
Richard.
absolutely.
So many of them have collapsed tonight.
Crouch!
Penalised the last one that went down.
Bind! Sit!
And it goes from Fuku. Big shove from the Marcos. Well, they've had an edge most of the night at scrum time, and they came up big that time.
Well, the replacement prop, McHugh, baptism of fire here. They've been dominant for most of the night, Auckland. They've had parity on occasion, but they've lost their main scrummager in Prattley. And, well, Ellis Ainley, he's copped a knock for his troubles, but that is very, very impressive at set-piece time from Tasman.
You could just see in that replay, couldn't you, Pod? Just the power went on right in unison, and that guy there, the latest Chote College All Black, Kane Hames, was part of the dismantling, and also Siua Halanukunuka. Brilliant.
Alex Ainley, well, in some places in the world they'd say claret. Down Tasman way, it's Pinot Noir. Good quality stuff too. And they get the line out right that time, and it is the man just been talking about, Alex Ainley, getting driven back a bit here. So they'll go to Finlay Christie. Nice high kick. This took a long time to come down, but here he goes, Lolangi Visinia, and breaks the first line of defence as well. Fuku. And move it on. Nanai in the line. Steele. He's got good acceleration now. Ioane. Well, they've looked after the 2 danger men tonight pretty well, but they've still got time to influence. Oh, boy. Turnover possession. The kick ahead. The kick ahead from Mitchell Hunt. Hickey goes back. Oh, he's done well to get away from the first one. Can't get away from Christie, though.
Break down.
Marco's trying to walk over it. Oh, Scrafton's offside.
Yeah, almost in danger of being deemed cynical, that from Scrafton. But again, Tony, they've been so good at this aspect of the game all night, Tasman, and once again been rewarded. They're prepared to throw numbers in the breakdown. They're prepared to contest it. Hustle and bustle's been good. And, well, Marnie Banks looks like he's going to... They're going to chase it. Here's a look at... Quick look over at Shane Christie. Gets the acknowledgement and go, let's chase the big prize here, fellas.
Well, when you consider KT, he just about stick that one over blindfolded for 3 points. It's a big roll of the dice, and I think they're making another change here.
Yeah, youngster for youngster. In jersey 22 trial, Joas is on for jersey 22, replacing number 11 Caleb Markney, who's had a good night at the office, and James Lay's coming on jersey 18 for Auckland.
Trail Joas, what an interesting story. This fellow had heart surgery a few years ago in order to keep him active as a sportsman. Well, here's a big throw of the dice here for the Tasman Marcos, looking for their first ever win at Eden Park. And they win the line out, and they set it. Makalea just feeding it back. Now the charge for the line. Referee playing advantage. They're claiming the try. Tasman are claiming the try. It's strange getting up with the ball.
You seen anything, Gus?
Well, this is huge in the game, this.
Play.
Well, whether or not...
Any reason I can't award the try, please?
There you go.
Well, he's given it the second question here.
Yep. So they've got to find a reason not to. Otherwise, it's try time. And
Thanks, mate. Good to see you, Grandin.
I'm not sure they'll find a reason not to give it. Tony.
Just the shape of the breakaway here. Was there a man in front of the ball? That's the big question.
And what Akira Ioane does very well initially. Let's have a look here. There, they break away here. So,
or is it still the same ruck though, coming through those guys on the left? The shot, he's bound.
Is he? But
got a hold of his jersey.
All the same. Ioane does well here. Now they're claiming it here. They start to get excited, Tasman.
Well,
yeah. So the thing is, it's just got to be a reason not to. So the only reason they won't award this, Tony, is if it's deemed to have shifted lanes here. So don't have to. We're not worried about seeing the ball grounded, because he's trying to find a reason not to award it, and that can be the only reason they won't.
Yeah, there's got to be some doubt over this. Got to be some doubt over whether this is a try. He's playing advantage anyway, so it won't be a penalty against Tasman. It'll be a penalty to Tasman, but I don't know whether they're going to give this.
Okay, you can't give me a reason to award a try, so I'm going to award the try.
Oh boy, that's a big call. That is a big call. It's gone Tasman's way. Fins up Quinton Strange. It's a bonus point try for Tasman. Well, he's just said it, Glenn Jackson. If that hadn't been awarded, it would have been a penalty try.
Oh, there you go. So either way, it's all about the question that gets asked here, Tony. So the question, Glenn Jackson was obviously confident the ball had been grounded. He just wanted to know if there's any reason he can't award it. You can't. The only reason possibly was the changing lanes here. That's not an issue. We don't need to see the grounding try time.
Well, it's an interesting thing that Glenn Jackson's just said, though. That would have been a penalty try if it wasn't awarded. I think there was some doubt over that try. Upshot of it is that Marty Banks has a kick 15 in from touch rather than in front, but 44-31. It's a bonus point try. 8 out of 8. This has been Marty Banks at his best tonight. Nothing too difficult. And he makes it look so easy.
Well, the thing for me, TJ, you spoke about how good he's been with his kicking, but I think his all-round general play has been brilliant tonight. The way he's been able to steer his ship, get his team out of trouble and challenge line. I think he's been good, Marty Banks.
Well, now the pressure all on Auckland. They really wanted the win here. to avoid having to go to New Plymouth
Use it!
in a difficult situation next week. And they are now 15 points behind with 7.5 minutes to go. Banks puts it high, and awkward too. Covering a lot of ground there was Liam Steele. Fuka, away it goes to Hickey, looking for an infield runner. It's Luatua. Hickey getting up, just rubbing the head a bit. Fuka. Rieko Ioane really starved of opportunities tonight, just hasn't gone his way. He's been so dominant. Not going to get a third successive hat-trick tonight unless something quite sensational happens. Fosita moving it wide. Tasman quickly up out of the line. It's great work from Havili, but now they bring it away on the short side, and it is Ioane. Well, he runs out of room though. They just haven't given him anything tonight.
Well, they haven't given Auckland a heck of a lot at all. This Tasman side been very impressed with their energy, their commitment tonight, Tasman. And, yeah, far too little of that for Auckland tonight. Rieko Ioane, ball in hand, open spaces.
Yeah, Ben Nini's on jersey 19 for Auckland, replacing the try scorer Scott Scruffton.
So Tasman 6.5 minutes away from their own little piece of history here. That's been overthrown though, and Auckland with a good strong run. Auckland need to strike, and they need to strike quickly, and if they do, they're right back in it.
Stay on.
Still time to win this one. Wide it goes Ioane, but again, good tackle from Nankivell, and again counter-rucking from Tasman.
Not bound.
Referee though plays advantage. They fling it wide. Akira Ioane moves it on. Kaifa smashed in the tackle. Oh, Makaleo.
Not bound.
Well, he's still going. Andrew Makaleo.
Number 12, not bound.
70, what are we, 5th minute of this game.
Well, he's got great batteries, hasn't he, this fellow? He just keeps going.
Not bound, kicking the ball.
So the penalty from the breakdown, Tasman player kicking the ball, so Hickey will go quickly. They'll go to the line out quickly.
Well, they've still got to score 3 times to win the game. Here's the big hit from Makaleo. Felt that up here. So, 5 minutes to go. Rain starting to come down. Nini, the replacement in 19. Well, in the end, no one wanted it, and it wasn't straight. It is not a good time to have a line-out implosion.
Yep. Both twos. Sub.
Really needed to make something out of this, Richard.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Tony. That's game over now. Tasman possession of the ball. Inside 5 minutes to go in this one. And as you said, there you go, there's the coach's response. To be fair to Kurt Eklund, he's been good tonight in a overall disappointing effort from Auckland, but he's been one of their better ones, Kurt Eklund.
I think Makaleo might be off as well, KT.
Yeah, both reserve hookers have come on, so Jesse McDonald for Tasman and Blake Hill for Auckland.
Well, Makaleo has been dynamic. Eklund's been good, apart from that last line out. Well, it's going to rain on Auckland's parade here tonight. They've been looking pretty good in recent weeks. Certainly last week they looked good, but not going to be their night tonight.
Pass off, this off. Not this side, pass off.
Tasman 4 minutes away from something they have never done before. They're not going to let it go now.
No, too much enthusiasm out there. Now Tasman, the reserves have input, and they've brought energy and enthusiasm. And well, that pretty much sums up the night for Auckland, isn't it?
Be another 3 days without my lawns getting mowed. Bit of Forest. 46 to 31. It is absolutely fair chucking it down now. Jesse McDonald with the throw. Blackadder goes up under pressure, but the young man gets hands to it. He's come on and done some good line-out work, Ethan Blackadder. Christie look to deliver it. Well, they can just keep it in tight now. Christie, he'll put it high. Vicinia, well, does well. Gets out of the first oncoming line. Into the last 3 minutes. There's Auckland. Well, a second bonus point is possible, but they are at the wrong end of the field and they're against the wrong team for that, I think, this stage of the game.
Yep, we are.
Fuka takes the tap. Right to James Lay, 22-year-old prop of the Pakuranga club.
Tackle!
Working their way upfield, this time through Tom McHugh. Rain just easing a little. Fosita. Tasman have just stuck to their guns on defence. They've just given them absolutely nothing. For a while, Auckland's attack went well in the first half. Created a couple of tries, got in front. There's the other area of the game where Tasman have been so good, the breakdown. They've contested it. And eventually the mistake comes. Ben Nini. And a lot of teams, Richard, have been holding off at the breakdown, but Tasman tonight have had an absolute go.
Yeah, and look, there's a lesson there, Tony, because it hasn't allowed Auckland, who last week against Otago were allowed to recycle the ball so quickly. It allows their exciting backline, the Vince Arsaws, the Rico Ioanas of this world, so much more time and space. They've had that option shut down, and Tasman contesting at the breakdowns, giving them time to reorganise their defensive system, and Auckland just battled to get through it.
Well, Tasman with the bonus point winner going to join Auckland and Taranaki on 27 points, but of course they came into this match with a game in hand. The remaining opposition, Southland in or North Harbour next on next Wednesday, and then Southland in Nelson on Sunday. Auckland have to go to Taranaki.
There's something to get excited about, Tony. Could be a shield game, that Tasman Harbour game.
Well, this one will be, Richard. Yes.
Set.
Well, you know all about chasing the Ranfurly Shield from one end of the country to the other for North Harbour, Richard. Well, that's the final statement, emphatic statement from this Tasman pack up against a much bigger Auckland 8. Well, they pretty much owned them at scrum time in the end.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
This is a tremendous victory.
Yeah, absolutely, Tony. Huge effort from Tasman, particularly off the back of Auckland's confidence they brought into this after really hitting their straps last week. And this was an area of the game that they improved dramatically, Auckland, and Tasman have just come to Eden Park and given Auckland a spanking here.
Well, Marty Banks, he's going to put his perfect record at risk here. He's 9 out of 9 tonight, 5 penalties, 4 conversions, another 20-plus haul for this, well, remarkable player, Marty Banks. Don't forget the 60-metre penalty from David Havili as well at an important time of the game too, but can he put the seal on a fantastic performance really from the Marcos? Marty Banks from 45 metres, got the distance. Oh, he's perfect. He's perfect tonight, Marty Banks. And the Marcos celebrate an historic win, their first ever at Eden Park, and it's a thumping one in the end by 49 points to 31.
Well, the enthusiasm for the victory only matched, Tony, by their enthusiasm through the 80 minutes of rugby.
So, Marty Banks, with his 6th penalty, seals the victory. Great cause for celebration here for the Tasman Marcos. 49 points to 31, the final score.